She made some kind of statement with her saying that she could take over payment or something. I have the email.
No, these text messages are with you.
I know, because I texted her for my cousin. I know I texted her. I was sick. We lived in a horrible neighborhood. It wasn't, we had shootings every night. We had people killed in front of our yard. I mean, why would you keep any kid there? I asked when we moved in if it was safe. She thought it was safe. She said, I don't know, but I haven't heard anything.
Exactly. I don't live in the neighborhood.
But you're renting
I can't tell you that.
You're renting a house. You should know a little bit about it.
No, I should not.
Yes.
I'm doing my job.
Stop talking to him. Mr. Keel, you rented a property to the defendants.
That is correct, Your Honor.
And they signed a lease from February of 2023.
Correct.
According to your complaint, to February 2024.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, sometime in September, you indicated that there were problems with the rent.
That is correct.
Was that the first month there were problems with the rent?
Yes, Your Honor, that was.
What was the monthly rent?
$1,500 a month.
Did they pay it all in September?
They did not pay anything in September.
Did they pay anything in October?
No, they did not, Your Honor.
Is there any reason you didn't pay rent in September or October?
We let them know that we were moving out.
I don't care whether you were moving out. Why didn't you pay rent?
We didn't pay rent because we told them we were leaving because of the crime in the area.
Well, he's not responsible for the crime in the area, but you were living there.
But our kids were not safe there.
If you're not safe there, then you move, but you don't not pay rent if you're living there.
Well,
okay, so you evicted them.
I evicted them, yes.
Okay. You have the eviction papers?
Yes, my witness here, Rakisha Betts, she's my property manager, actually.
Could you stand up, please? Your last name is Betts?
Betts, yes, ma'am.
Miss Betts, do you have the eviction notice?
Yes, well, it's actually a notice to vacate because we have to give them a notice to vacate before an eviction is actually filed.
May I see it, please?
And may I interject?
Just a second. Okay, so they had a notice to vacate on or before 11/4. Did you have a conversation with either of the two defendants?
Yes, that's what I was going to say. I have a text message where I speak with both of them.
You want to show me the text message exchange?
Well, I have several text messages, so I want
to know, what about the move-out date?
The move-out date
move-out date says November 4th, but then was there an agreement to move out subsequent to November 4th?
So because they didn't pay rent, we kept asking about rent. I have text messages.
No, I understand. Forget rent. I got that they didn't pay rent.
Yes,
they acknowledged they didn't pay rent. They had no excuse for not paying rent. If they don't like the neighborhood, then they move, which they want to do, but while they're living there, they have to pay rent.
Right.
I've explained that to you. What?
I have a lease where I had signed it in October of 23 where I had moved out the 6th of October. Was even not there on the 4th of October.
I don't care whether you have a new lease someplace else. That's not relevant to me. If you have a lease here, you have to pay rent.
Correct.
You decide to move someplace else, that's great. Move there, but you have a lease here.
I have children that were in foster care, and it was not safe for them. There was different occasions where things were broken and weren't being fixed properly. We had carbon dioxide issues.
When was that?
That's a yada, 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 yada. You didn't like the neighborhood. You were going to move. This is not what the case is about. The case is about you moved out, and the plaintiff says there's lots of damage, and the damage that they say resulted in their not being able to re-rent the apartment. I'm not so sure about that. What date were you finally out?
We were out by October 4th, like we said.
10/4.
No.
That's not right.
Just a second. Was your property in the house on October 1st?
Yes.
Was it there on October 15th?
No, ma'am.
None of our belongings were in that house.
That's a lie.
Okay. Miss Betts, did you inspect the apartment?
Yes, I did.
On what date?
October 27th, because I had a phone call with Amber.
Who's Amber? Raise your hand.
And she stated that they were out and moved on October 26th.
May I see it?
Which would you like to see?
That text that they were out?
That was a voice over the phone.
I'll listen to it.
I don't have that recorded. It was just a regular phone call. But that's how I knew to go to the property on October 27th, where I videoed, because she told me on October 26th that they were moved out.
Now, show me the damage to the apartment.
Would you like to see the pictures or a video?
Both.
Here are the pictures. Video has already been.
Okay, well, this picture is showing a broken door.
That's after, it's a sequence of events based on what happened.
Well, I'm listening.
So October 26th is when I got the phone call that they were out of the place. Because prior to that, I had been texting and trying to figure out, okay, are you
Let's
whatever.
go. I heard that already. Let's go.
27th, I go to the property to inspect, which is the video that you have. That's the day I went after the 26th
Okay,
to show
can I
the
see
property.
that, please?
And this is how they left it as of October 27th.
Clearly that stuff is still there.
Okay, you want to tell me about this that I
Yes,
believe?
I do. So when we first moved into the property.
Now, I don't want to hear when we first moved in. I saw the video of the way the place was on
Yeah.
the 27th of October. This premises looked like this after you left.
Correct. I was gone the 4th of October. Working.
You were
everything-
gone?
Yes, we were both gone October 4th. Did not go back to the house. All of our stuff was out of the house. She tries to sublease the apartment out from under us to our cousin.
What? Just shh.
Tried to get us to sign an agreement for, how did she word it?
Exactly.
She worded
But that
it
didn't happen.
as if we agreed to sign the agreement for her that my cousin agreed to pay the $1,300 and she could stay there.
$1,300
Yes.
for what?
For rent to stay there.
What are you talking about?
Exactly.
I don't know what you're talking about. You mean at the beginning of the lease? She said
the
with
end
next?
of it.
You mean after you moved out?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
My cousin was there helping my sister back and forth to work and getting kids to school. I was gone in another state helping my fiance because he had just had open heart surgery. So she was staying with my sister to get my kids back and forth to school while I was out of town.
How did I?
So your foster children, so somebody else was watching your foster children.
They weren't in foster care at the time. They were adopted. So
They were adopted by whom?
me.
It's getting more interesting as it goes along. I want you to explain that to me.
They were adopted between the year. They were already adopted in that time frame.
You mean between the time that you signed the lease and the time you moved out, an adoption proceeding was completed for your foster children?
It was before that.
So they're not your foster children. They're your
They're
children.
adopted
Through foster
yes,
care.
through foster
Jump.
care.
How old were they when they came into your custody?
2 in a month.
Okay, fine. Go ahead.
When I said foster children, the area is unsafe for the children to be there in that house or even around that neighborhood. There was a homeless colony lived right up the street.
That's irrelevant
People
to
broke
me.
into our house all the time, broke into cars all the time. So it could have been somebody else. It could have been anybody in that neighborhood.
Just a sec. Is what you're telling me you don't know how that happened to the apartment?
Yes.
Is that what
Correct.
you're telling me?
The
Could it
door
have been
and
other
everything
people?
else.
Could it have been somebody else? It could have been anything. The burden is on them to show that you left the property that way.
If I had a house like that, do you think I could let it look like that?
I have no idea.
Having
Somebody
foster
did.
children?
Somebody did. Okay.
Having killed.
Shh. Now you have to prove to me that they left that damage
Okay, as I stated, October 27th, that's how the property looked when I went.
when you were there. Right.
Whatever she's speaking of in reference to the cousin,
I don't care about the
Okay.
cousin. I'm not, again, I don't.
that's October 27th. I
Just a
changed the
second.
locks. Everything was secure because
Just
I
a
changed
second.
the locks. Yes,
Just
ma'am.
a second. So is what you're telling me, Miss Betts, this is what you're complaining about on the 27th?
The complaint is all the events leading up to everything being damaged and broken. It still stems from these tenants.
So Judge,
Well, I don't know that.
So, Judge.
So far, I don't know that.
Okay.
So on the 27th, this is how it looked. And then after they came back to try to get some of their stuff, that's when
Just a second.
Go ahead.
My question is, they said that they didn't do the damage inside on the 27th. My question to you is, was the door locked when you got there?
Yes.
So you had to open the door with a key.
Yes, ma'am.
When you got there on the 27th,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
this is what you found inside.
Yes,
Correct.
ma'am.
Then that's on them.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I received a phone call after the locks were changed, done and over, on November 2nd from Amber again,
Okay.
asking, I need to get something out of the property. I thought we had till November 4th. I said, if you remember, we had a conversation and you told me on October 26th that you were moved out. She stated, oh, I must have misunderstood what you meant. And I said, okay, I'll make an exception because I didn't have really any issues with them. I was cordial with them. We didn't ever have
You mean
any
you said
issues.
okay even though the house looked like that? When you went in on the 27th?
Yes, because
Why?
she said it was some important documents that she needed to get. I arranged for it to be done on November 6th for her to come. Well, on November 6th, she stated she was not able to make it and she was going to send her cousin. The cousin came on November 6th.
How do you know that?
I was there. I had to let them in.
What's the cousin's name? Do you remember?
Crystal.
What's Crystal's last name?
Dotson.
Yep.
Oh,
I'm not talking to you. What's Crystal?
Dotson.
Dotson. And I assume you have her on your phone.
her phone
Yes,
number?
of course.
Yeah.
Did you ask her to go to the house on November 6th or 7th?
No, I did not. No,
Just
I
a
did
second.
not.
What's her phone number?
I did not ask her to go to no house.
Just. What's her phone number?
I'm getting it.
I have a text.
Just give me the number.
I'm looking for it, ma'am. I don't have, she might have to tell you. I don't have it.
Both turn your phones upside down. Let me see the text message. Uncross your arms. Okay, very, very easy. She's writing to you. Do you remember this? Exchange. Listen to me carefully.
I'm listening.
Do you still have plans to come tomorrow? If so, what time? And you say, yes, sorry, I've been super sick. What time can you do it? You remember that? And then she says, I can meet you there at 3. You say to her, okay, that's fine. It will be Crystal. She
Okay.
said, okay, that's November 6th. And then she says to you, I'll wait until 3:30. This is the only day you have to get in. If she doesn't show up, there's nothing I can do. Now, does that sound familiar? That's either a yes
it was
or
not our
no.
belongings.
Just a second.
We had already moved.
Listen to me.
I'm listening.
Listen to me carefully. Does that sound
I just
familiar
said
to
yes.
you? That's what I wanted to
And I
know.
just said
That's
they
the
were our
answer,
stuff. We'll
yes.
have to-
Don't speak.
Oh, you ain't bothered.
Don't speak. I asked a simple question. Does that sound familiar
Yes,
to you?
and
That's on November
yes.
6th. The answer is yes.
But I also told you that I was gone from there. I was in the hospital at that time. I was not even in Kansas City. I was in Wichita. So how did I do that?
Who cares?
It was not our stuff that was in the house. We had already moved out. We were out by the
Okay.
4th. Like we were asked to be out by the 4th. We were out by the 4th.
Of
I
November.
would just, shh.
No.
You said I've been super sick. Crystal will come. Don't give me a whole story. Just wait until you get the question.
Okay.
You've both told me you were out of the house in October.
Mm-hmm.
These messages were sent the first week in November.
Mm-hmm.
The first week in November, you are communicating with Miss Bet, listen to me, that you acknowledge that you were sending Crystal over on November the 6th for something that was left in the house. Am I correct?
Yes, but it was,
Not a but. Am I correct?
I said yes.
What was it that you left in the house?
We left nothing. It was my cousin. She tried to sublease it to my cousin. It was her stuff in the house, not ours. We were gone when we said we were supposed to be gone. It was not our belongings in the house. When we left the house, it did not look like that. It had none of our items in it. We left by the 4th like we were supposed to. We had another
Just a
house occupied
second.
then.
Did Crystal move into the house?
No.
Well, what does Crystal have to do with anything on November 6th?
Helping me. She was staying there once in a while, helping me get kids to school because I do not drive.
On what date?
Before we moved out.
I'm talking about why would Crystal be there November 6th?
Because she made some kind of statement with her saying that she could take over payment or something. I have the email.
No, these text messages are with you.
I know, because I texted her for my cousin. I know I texted her. I was sick. It was not our belongings there. Our stuff was not there anymore. I moved out. She made an agreement with my cousin, not me. She wanted us to sign the agreement. We refused to sign it.
I don't know
she was
why.
talking to my cousin.
I don't know what this means, madam. November 5th at 4:40. Do you still plan to come tomorrow?
Yes, I was texting
what
for my
time?
cousin.
And you said, yes, I'm sorry, I've been super sick.
I'm not denying that. I'm denying
What time today can you do it?
I was texting her for my cousin, because my cousin had things in the house because she let her sublease it or whatever you call it.
I did not. I had
Shh,
no
just a
knowledge of
second.
her living there.
Shh. $3,300. Do you have the bills to clean up that mess and to get out
Yes.
that trash? May I see them, please?
We lived in a horrible neighborhood. It wasn't, we had shootings every night. We had
my God.
people killed in
Meals in
front of
our
our
yards.
yard. Why would you keep any kid there? I asked when we moved in if it was safe. She thought it was safe. She said, I don't know, but I haven't heard anything.
Exactly.
Haven't
I
seen
don't
anything.
live in the neighborhood.
But you're
I
renting
can't
a house.
tell you that.
You're renting a house. You should know a little bit about
No,
it.
I should not.
Yes.
I'm doing my job.
Stop talking to one another, please. Don't do that.
Yes, ma'am.
$5,800. Judgment for the plaintiff. Thank you very much. We're
Thank
done.
you.
Because of the damage of the house, it wasn't left like that. The whole upstairs, if they've seen the whole upstairs part of it, was all clean compared to anything in the bottom.
The truth is, they made a decision to move into a property and they couldn't keep it up, and this is the result.
It's ridiculous. The house was not safe for our kids to be at. We only did what was right for our kids, and if anybody can't understand that, then they don't care about their kids.
The neighborhood's not dangerous. I mean, they
didn't
moved
put
in.
them there. They moved there
They
on
moved
their-
there. Like I don't even live there. But at the end of the day, if they didn't feel as dangerous, it was their choice to say, I don't want to live here. But they decided to do that.
I'm glad to be out of there.
Thank you, Judge Judy. She did a fantastic job, and I'm glad that she ruled in my favor.
That case, actually, otherwise, that it was a relatively routine leaving a mess in the house case. One of the things that brought me back to my family court roots were the foster children who evolved in that short time into children who had been adopted. The interesting part about it is that very often when you have children as foster children, and because the state and the federal government now require permanency planning for children, requires that you have a plan within 18 months. So I assume that these children, who she said had been with her from the time they were infants practically, she adopted, but you said, but then the
Yeah, I thought that
support
you didn't
stops.
get support from the government once they were
Yeah.
adopted. I figured they got a stipend or some sort of funding from the government whilst taking in foster
Foster care.
children. But I didn't know that once they got adopted, it was a continuance of the assistance.
In many cases, it is because
Incentivize people
it incentivizes
to
people
adopt.
to take their foster children and make them permanent part of
I don't
the household.
know.
But
I understand wanting to fund adoptions just as much as you fund, from the government's perspective, the care in foster
Temporary care.
because obviously the end goal is to be adopted into happy, healthy homes. So I understand that. But it makes me question also the types of people that are accepting these stipends for an adoption, that it's a continuance of this care from foster care.
You know, hopefully it's all good.
Yeah.
As a family court judge, I saw a mixed bag of success stories. And the problem often with subsidized adoptions, especially in those cases that didn't turn out well, is that while in foster care there is at least some oversight
I was just
as
about
to
to
the
say,
well-being of the children, once the adoption has taken place, although very often the funding remains, the government is no longer responsible for checking up on
The courtroom was set for a showdown between landlord Gilbert Keel and his former tenants, Amber and Cynthia. At the heart of the dispute was a home rented for $1,500 a month, a lease that should have lasted until 2024, and a trail of unpaid rent starting in September. The tenants' defense? The neighborhood was a war zone. They claimed nightly shootings and a homeless colony nearby made it impossible to stay for the safety of their children. However, Judge Judy was not moved by the safety plea. Her stance was razor-sharp: if you are living in a house, you pay the rent. If you don't feel safe, you move, but you don't stay for free. The drama intensified when property manager Risha Betts presented video evidence from October 27. The footage revealed a house in shambles, broken doors, trash piled high, and total interior destruction. The tenants tried to deflect, suggesting anyone in the neighborhood could have broken in and done it. But the judge had a trap ready. She demanded to see their phones. The smoking gun was a series of text messages from November 6. While the tenants claimed they had moved out by October 4, the texts showed Amber coordinating for her cousin, Crystal, to pick up important documents and belongings more than a month later. This proved the tenants still had control of the property when the damage occurred. Since the doors were locked and required a key, the responsibility fell squarely on them. The judge didn't hesitate, slamming down a $5,800 judgment against the tenants for unpaid rent, cleaning fees, and repairs. This case serves as a viral reminder: you can't blame the neighborhood for the mess you leave behind. Justice was served, leaving the landlord victorious and the tenants paying the price for their messy exit.